So never mind then. I don't need to change anything. Okay, so I have both chemistry and physics people on at the same time. My thought for that was there won't be that many of you asking questions at the same time. And I'll be, uh-oh, something's talking. And I won't be going over a lot of new material. I'll mostly be doing this stream to like answer questions that people have, particularly about assignments. So like, Sun, your question, what are we doing today? We're not necessarily going to be doing a lot, but I can walk you through the basics of sort of what I was hoping you guys would go over in your case, chemistry class. And then for other people, I'll be answering questions about what I have up here, the physics lab, the earthquake epicenter lab. So that's the primary idea. So I can start with chemistry because why not? So hopefully you were able to get into here and then click on these links. They were broken for a while, but they should be live now. So if you click on one of these links, it'll take you to this page, which just has a couple of links. This video here is actually of Mr. Dorsch talking about polarity and how to calculate it. And he does a pretty good job going over that. So you can watch that in your own time, or if you already watched it and you had questions, you can let me know. Alternatively, you could go through basically this interactive reading. So it's going to take a sec to load, but hopefully you have access to this. Again, if you don't, let me know. Hey, Kelly. And then you can go through and do this reading, and then there's some practice problems. If you click this link in the bottom right, it might be blocked by my camera. No, you should be able to see it. So that's good. And then if you go over the assignments, beep, 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 you should be able to see these exit tickets, like exit ticket 1 and exit ticket 8.2. So if you click one of these and then you try to take it, this is basically, these are questions based around electronegativity. So I can talk about the general, why are you saying oops? Is that me? Did I do something bad? You can talk about the general, or I could talk about the general rules behind polarity and what it means to have a polar bond and what it means for a molecule to be polar, if you have specific questions about that. So it just depends on what you guys need. I'll be here for a while. And then for physics stuff, most of you who are here, I think know what's going on at this point, but I put out a video already explaining how to do the earthquake lab, which some of you watched. So if you've already watched that, that's the general explanation for how it works. But if you haven't yet watched that video, or you have other specific questions, I can go over that too. I already have it open. Or I could do another sort of demonstration of how to read the graphs and everything else if the video itself was too confusing. But I don't have a specific itinerary, and this is again a little bit of just a test to see if this works. In the future, I might do these, I might split them up for physics and chemistry so it feels more like a live lecture. But for now, this will just be sort of a Q&A and saying hi to people as people come in. I can start with a couple of things that I've gotten, a couple of questions about physics that have confused people. So in general, subtracting time is pretty hard, and if you do it wrong, then you'll get weird stuff. So this first example is easy because you're subtracting 56 from 50 or 52 from 56, so it like works out really nicely. But in the second example, it's not quite so easy. So if you look at it, this looks like it's coming in at 7:12, and this is coming in at 13 minutes and 2. So you have 7. Oh, it should be, yeah, 7:12, and then 13 minutes and 2 seconds. So if I'm trying to find the difference in these times, I have to subtract 1302 minus 7 minutes and 12 seconds, and it's just confusing how this works. So 7, 12, I'm sure you guys figure this out, but I can't just subtract these two numbers normally. If I put into a calculator 13, if I use the decimal point, it'll give me some junk answer. I don't know what it gives me, but it's wrong. Like this. It gives 5.9. This makes no sense. That would imply that it's 5 minutes and 90 seconds. But that can't be right because there's less than 90 seconds in a minute. So you sort of have to subtract the two separately. So you could do like 13 minus 7. And that will give you 6. But then you have to do the other subtraction as well. So, and I already forgot what the numbers were. So 2 minus 12. And that gives you negative 10. Now you have to remember that's negative 10 seconds. So then you had 6 minutes basically, and then you're subtracting 6 minutes minus 10 seconds, right? I wonder if Google does this correctly. It does. So then it gives you 5 minutes, 5.833 minutes. But if I wanted to do that, I mean, more obviously, that's 5 minutes and 50 seconds. So it's important that you do that properly because otherwise you'll get the wrong numbers. And I anticipate seeing that a lot because it's not intuitive and most of you guys are used to just punching numbers in a calculator and subtracting. Okay, so then you do that and then you find out that it's 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Seems amazing. Then to use the epicenter graph, I got to go to this thing again. I think I showed this in the video, but you click this and click edit. And then I want something that's like 5 minutes long, almost 6 minutes long, so I'll drag this up here. And then kind of move it along the plot until it seems like it's about the same distance apart. Something like this. And then that gives me 4 point, wait, there's 5 tick marks, so 4.3 times 10 to the whatever kilometers. So that's a pretty big circle. So 4.3 times 10 to the third. 4.3 times 10 to the third. So let me put this back where it belongs. Okay. So then I go to the website here. First of all, this final data table you should have filled in. So you should put in, basically you should copy this. So this says this, and then you should copy station 2 and put in the station code, which you should be able to find in the thing. Oh, this is, sorry, that's station 3. So yeah, and the station code right here, so ICSSE. And then I have 31 north and 121 east. So I'm going to put in all of that. So this is station 2. I already forgot for whatever the station code is. So this was 31 north and 121 or whatever it was east, right? And then we did the subtraction, whatever, and we found out that this was 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And then based on looking at the graph, if you remember what we said, it was like 4.3. So 4,300. 4,3, bam, bam, kilometers. Okay, so then I would go to the website, which I already have up. So it drew the first circle for us because of the way that this link works. And then I put in the other numbers that I looked up. So 31 north. For some reason, you have to put a space there, which is confusing. 121 east. So that's telling me that's finding the center of the circle. Yeah, 4.4 would be fine. It'll be okay. This will tell you the center of the circle. Then you have to put in the radius, which we said was, we can use Kelly's number, 4400, and then kilometers. And then that should work. I click the new circle and it should pop it in exactly as I had it. Kapow! So that's good. Now, it's kind of lousy because this circle oh man, I did it again. Remove circle. The circle overlaps the other circle, which is not all that impressive. So we're going to really need another data point to figure this out. So I guess I could go through the whole thing. Let me delete this so that's not permanently in the document. And just show you how that last step kind of works. So the last one, here we are, P and S. So we got a difference in, looks like 921. So 921. I did this a while ago, but it's been a while since I looked at this example. And this looks like 1656. So then this one should be easier to subtract because those numbers are all smaller than the one that's being subtracted by. 921, and then this equals 6 minus 9 is 7, so it should be 735. So then I go to the plot. I'd try to find a difference of 735. Oops, that was bad. Control Z. Note that 735 is halfway between 7 and 8, right? It's not 7.3. It's really closer to like 7.6 or something. And then put this on my little plot thingy here. Looks like right about maybe there-ish. And it looks like a little over 6.5, maybe 6.6 kilometers. That's pretty big, but we'll see how it works. So 6.6 kilometers. Or 6600 kilometers, and then we need the longitude and latitude. So the latitude is 53.6 north, and the longitude is 70.6.62. Okay, so then I go to my website, 53.6, and then 70.62, and then I put in my radius, which is 66, and this should work, hopefully. Oh man, it broke just like yours. This live will be posted afterward, Johannes, yeah. Patricia, is there a range for our numbers to be correct? That's fantastic that it broke it just like it broke yours. Because when I tested this before, this didn't happen. So let's refresh. I wonder if there is a cap on the size of the radius. Could I do 6,000? Or whatever it was, 30 north and 131 east. So I can do 6,000, but for some reason, 53 and 70. 53 and 70. 70. Let's see what happens. So why is it doing that? Is it doing it because it's hitting the... That's really funny. I zoomed in the address and zoomed out because it was so big. 6,000 is still big. Yeah. Yeah, so I was wondering sort of if there was a limit that I could do. If I could make it smaller. All right, let me just Control C. And then try it again. Control V. Let's try 5,000. These are all big. The problem is it's close. It's getting close to the pole, and so the circle is trying to wrap around the pole, I think. Yikes. So you see, what did Kelly say she did? I zoomed into the address. What if I full screen it? Oh, that didn't help. Control to scroll to zoom the map. I don't know which direction to scroll. Oh, back. How do I pan the map? Bum, bum, bum. What if I did like a 1 kilometer one that was in the same place? Bam. Like this. And then zoomed out from here. Yeah, it's just totally screwed. That's so interesting. So I must have not tested the last data point when I did it on this website. I only must have tested the first two. And then got lazy. Okay. That kind of sucks. So what do I have to do to make this work? Because you did everything right. But then you're just going to have your map's going to look like crap. And you're not going to be able to find the final city. So what I'll have to do is go back. I might have to make up some data. Is probably the best thing to do. So I'll go back. Mr. Buckingham was the one who set this up, so I wonder if he's encountered the same problem. I assume he has. But so what I'll do is I'll talk to him. What I'll probably do is fix the data point for the last one, so that it's just made up and it's something else, and then that way that it won't break on the software. That's pretty funny though. So I'm glad that you figured that out, because otherwise I would have continued to assume that you guys were just doing it wrong. But the problem is definitely that the radius is too big. Yeah. Okay, well, that's one problem solved. So expect an update on that sometime today, probably like right after the stream closes. I'll get in contact with Drew and then sort that out. So that's fun. But other than that, were there any questions on the other stuff that was sent out, the easy assignments that the county put out that I said you guys could do? So the Earth and formation, the atmospheric, or the humans affecting the environment? Or everyone turns in and gets an A. I mean, basically, if you have the data table correct, then it's hard for me to dock you because you did it right, and then the thing just broke. So I'll probably put an announcement either with like an easier way to do it, or just basically like a forget the screenshot thing, and then leave it at that. Yeah, I wouldn't punish people for this being broken. So Patricia's question is, is there a range for it to be correct? It doesn't have to be exactly, right? So if I put down 4,300 and you put down 4,200, that's fine. Right? We just had a slightly different interpretation of where it was along the graph. That's not a big deal. Yep. Cool. And then a lot of people have been emailing me about grades or other late work. So you can turn in late work basically any time between now and the end of the quarter. And so if it's something that you can't, that you have to take a picture of and send to me, that's okay. A lot of people have done that already. I've been kind of slow about updating the gradebook because I've been missing a lot of stuff, and I don't want to just slam a bunch of Z's into the gradebook. I'm kind of waiting for people to turn it in. But I'll probably update that either today or tomorrow, now that we'll have a little bit of time off from getting all these videos and stuff set up. So I'll do the same. That'll be for both chemistry and for physics. Yeah, and then for chemistry, I'll just switch gears so this will be in the video and I can timestamp it later. So hi, chemistry folks. So these two, basically there's going to be 4 exit cards in total for these 4 lessons. Each exit card, I'll grade the 2, all of them will be graded, but I'll put the 2 best that you did into the gradebook. So if you got if you failed one of them, then it won't count. I'll pick your best 2, which hopefully you'll get 2 of them. You'll be able to get perfect. And then the other 2, I will, if you were missing other exit cards, then I'll go back and substitute that grade in the gradebook for a previous one that's missing. So that's another way that you guys are going to be able to make up work, because it's hard for me to give you assessments aside from these structured little quizzes. And so I'll for chemistry I'll do that. So that should wrap up the gradebook for chemistry as well. So just these 4 exit tickets, 2 of them will go in the gradebook. I'll pick your best 2, and then you can also get a little bit of opportunity to make up work through doing the other ones as well. Yep. Okay, cool. I think that's all I had to say about that. wondering if it's still making me mad that this is broken. If I pick like a much smaller radius, does it work? So if I say like, say 3,000, new circle, bam. And then the other one was 4,400. At 31 and 121. 31. 121. Bam. So if you imagine that this circle over here is much bigger. Yeah, this doesn't really give us a good triangulation, to be honest, which is kind of sad. So I think what I'll do is I'll either publish another set of data or just exempt people. Like as long as you can do the math and figure out the radius using the graph, then I'll basically count that as correct. Is probably what I'll do. Because right, you could imagine that is this, but this is much bigger. But as you get it bigger, oh, you can even see it happen this way. You see that? It like wraps around to the infinities of the Earth because it's too big. So that's like a 5,000 radius, and that is a 6,000. Wait, we're getting really close. Was it 6,600? What was it? 6,600. So by doing it this way, you actually you find the answer. Wow, what a dumb thing. So actually they all overlap really close, like right around this area. That's pretty cool. So I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh, I made another circle. Remove circle. So by like manually clicking and dragging to adjust the radius instead of just putting it in there, which for some reason broke it, then it does actually work. And you can find the center point, which is like right here. It's kind of obvious that it's going to be where these other two circles overlap in the first place because, right, they only overlapped in one place. But where all three of these overlap is basically where the earthquake happened. So maybe I'll also timestamp that adventure for any of you who want to see it for yourselves. So basically what I did is I put in the correct longitude and latitude, but then I entered a much smaller radius, and then I just kind of clicked and dragged the circle to make it bigger. Maybe I'll do it in slow motion. Dang it. Get out of here, dumb circle. Oh, what the heck was that? That's bad. Control Z. Oh man, gotta do it again. 2,000. Oh, that's not the right one. Well, anyway, I have the clip for when I did it correctly. I had another circle in the intersect point to make it more obvious in the screenshot. Yeah, so I was just gonna say that. So after you do it all and you have the place where it is, you can just add basically another tiny circle, and then that'll give you the center of that circle. So something you can do is like click and drag the circle itself to where they all overlapped. So say they overlapped, it was somewhere like here-ish. And then you can zoom in a bit. Bam. And then the circle, as I move this around, it changes, it changes this number here, the position here. So it should be some position that's along this line, something very close to the equator, and then in the 90s east. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, sorry that didn't work as well. I mean, obviously, originally the lab was going to be done in person. You guys were going to have a real map, and you were going to be sketching it out using a compass and everything. It would have been fun, but this is what we got to do instead. Hopefully in the future, we'll have activities that are a little better suited to using a computer for. But yeah. Yeah. All All right, so I guess I'm supposed to be live for another. Wait, how long am I supposed to stream for? 15 minutes? Is it just, or is it another like half an hour? I forgot. I think I put in the files. 2:15. So another 15 minutes. You don't have to stick around if you don't have any questions. You guys can dip. A lot of people you have already shown up and left, and that's okay. And then otherwise, I can just stick around and watch the chat to see if anything else pops up. Yeah. All right, let me delete all this. Delete, 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 delete. Bam. Yeah, so maybe I should put like a warning here or something. Show only border for each one. Oh, is that the thing that I wasn't doing? Did I forget I had to click show only border? Am I dumb? Would this have fixed the whole thing? No, I keep forgetting where they actually are. 19, so 53 and 70. 53 and 70. No, it still breaks it. Okay. Good to know. Okay. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a glass of water. But then if no one else has any more questions, I'll probably end the stream. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll be back in like 1 minute.